You're born in Toronto, the so-called center of the hockey universe. Congratulations. You've inherited a legacy of heartbreak. The NHL has grown from 6 teams to 32, but the Leafs? Still stuck trying to escape the first round. You grew up in a city where blue and white aren't just colors, they're a curse. Your childhood is defined by watching games with your family, hearing your dad whisper, "This is our year," and seeing that hope crushed by spring. You don't choose to be a Leafs fan, you're drafted into it, handed a jersey that smells like cheap beer and generational trauma. Every October, you gear up, convincing yourself it's finally going to happen. By April, you're Googling draft lottery odds. The media doesn't help. They chant depth and destiny like it's a national anthem. Every win is a parade rehearsal. Every loss is a Shakespearean tragedy. Did Matthews trim his mustache? Breaking news. Did Marner blink twice in warm-ups? Panel discussion. Other Canadian teams could win the cup and still get bumped for a Leafs injury update. Let's get this out of the way. The Leafs haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. That's before man walked on the moon, before color television was a thing, and before most of us were even a thought in our parents' minds. The Beatles were still touring. The NHL had just 6 teams, and Toronto was actually considered a championship city. Not just in hockey, but in life. Now, we're in full museum exhibit territory. The cup win has become less of a memory and more of a hockey urban legend. You don't remember it, you study it, like it's ancient scripture. It's been so long, we're closer to the next Halley's Comet than we are to another parade down Yonge Street. Every year, Leafs fans enter the season with renewed hope, like moths to the playoff flame. The team reels off a few wins, Matthews scores some goals, and we start whispering about cup potential. By Christmas, we're buying It's Our Year shirts. By April, we're Googling draft lottery odds. We don't just suffer, we romanticize our suffering. Other teams endure droughts, but we brand ours. It's part of the journey, we say. We're building character. We tell ourselves as if character wins face-offs. The worst part, the team is usually good, talented, dangerous on paper, but the ghosts of 1967 haunt every puck drop. There's always a sense that no matter how well things go, a collapse is just waiting around the corner, like a passive-aggressive ex that shows up the second you feel joy. Our cup banners aren't trophies, they're relics, hanging in the rafters like a cruel joke, and every new team photo just looks like a yearbook for guys we'll trade after another soul-crushing first-round exit. But hey, at least we still lead the league in documentaries about losing. Being a Leafs fan is like dating someone who promises they've changed, then immediately breaks your heart again. We're the masters of the first-round exit. It's not just about losing, it's about the way we lose. Blowing 3-1 leads, folding in Game 7s, and somehow always finding a new way to collapse. Sometimes it's a Game 7 heartbreak where the team forgets how to score. Other times, it's a goaltending implosion that makes you question your life choices. We've been shut out at home, lost in overtime, blown multi-goal leads, all while the city watches with a mix of horror and morbid curiosity. We don't just lose, we write poetry with our pain, like Columbus in 2020, a playoff bubble series that felt like a sad beer league game, or Montreal in 2021, where we had them on the ropes, only to watch them swing back like a bad ex with your Netflix password. Remember the Zamboni driver game? The night when a Leafs emergency backup goalie, who worked for them, came in and beat them. That's not just bad luck, that's art. 2023 felt different. We won a playoff series. For the first time since 2004, we tasted victory. And then, just as we started to believe, Florida flattened us. Again, like trying to stand up straight in a hurricane of disappointment. We don't fear commitment, we fear Tampa in the first round, or Boston, or Florida, or literally anyone with a functioning goalie and a pulse. We've seen it all. Blown leads, cursed bounces, referee conspiracies that we swear are real even when they're not. We're not just a team, we're a tragic theater production, the city's longest-running drama. And yet, every spring, we come back. Because deep down, we know the Leafs love the first round. They just don't love getting out of it. 1967 isn't just a year, it's our holy grail, our bedtime story, our ghost story. Every season, the ghosts of 67 are trotted out. We whisper about that team in bars like ancient lore. We argue about it in group chats, pulling out stats like they're sacred texts. We wear 1967 like a badge of honor, or a scarlet letter. We don't remember it, we weren't there, but we know the names: Dave Keon, Johnny Bauer, Tim Horton. Not because we watched them, because we inherited them. They're not players. They're legends. They're hockey saints whose shadows are longer than the trophy drought. Every player, every hopeful prospect isn't just fighting for a win. They're fighting against the phantoms of Maple Leaf Gardens. The ghosts of 1967 haunt every locker room. Every new signing is asked, will you be the one to end the curse? No pressure, kid. And so we cling to the past while other teams build the future. We worship our ancient banner like it's a holy relic. We freeze moments in time. Black and white photos of beaming players. Grainy highlights that feel more like folklore than footage. Boomers claim to remember it like it was yesterday, but they were toddlers. Millennials and Gen Z, we've never even seen a parade. We've just heard the stories, like folk tales of a land where joy exists. Our cup banners aren't memories, they're museum exhibits. Our hope is an heirloom, passed down with whispers of maybe this year. Our identity is a history class we can't graduate from. And every year, we gather again, recounting the ancient miracle of 1967 like it's a hockey scripture. Our rivals have banners. We have bedtime stories. But don't worry, there's always next year. Want to sit near the ice? That'll be your rent money. Want to bring your kid? Hope you didn't plan on paying for college. We pay a fortune to watch our hopes crash in real time. We buy jerseys, hats, and foam fingers, all for the privilege of feeling our souls crushed by April. $17 for a Molson you'll inevitably spill. $400 for a seat where you can watch a 3-1 lead disappear in real time. $200 for a jersey that you'll one day wear while crying quietly in your living room. And it's not just the seats or the beers, it's the parking. $30 to leave your car in a crowded lot, only to walk back after another heartbreaking loss. It's the $10 hot dogs that taste like regret. The $8 soft pretzels that go stale by the second period. Leafs fandom is like a shopping spree of suffering. We buy hope like it's on sale. 2-for-1 optimism every October. We invest in the fantasy, the dream that this is the year, only to watch it depreciate faster than our retirement fund. We bought playoff towels, keepsakes from losses we want to forget. We've paid for tickets to games we didn't even watch, because we were outside in Maple Leaf Square screaming at a giant screen with 10,000 other broken souls. Every year, the merchandise changes, but the misery doesn't. New jerseys, new hats, new faces on the ice. Same sinking feeling by spring. And yet, every year, we line up like it's Black Friday. Not for hope, not for success, but for the chance to be let down in person. Because nothing compares to the authentic, in-person experience of watching your dreams disintegrate from 12 rows up. And yet, after everything, the blown leads, the empty banners, the overpriced beers, the emotional scars, we come back. Because that's what Leafs fans do. We say we're done. We say we're switching teams. But come training camp, we're right there, whispering, maybe this is the year. It won't be, but you'll be there anyway. Because being a Leafs fan isn't about logic. It's about loyalty. It's about history. It's about shared pain and shared hope. So here's to another season of yelling at the TV, getting roasted by Sens fans, and whispering to ourselves in the dark, next year for sure.